All right, we're gonna try this again. I'm not cussing like I did at Jones the other day, but this is about take 9. I tried to record this down at the boat ramp. I just tried to record it in Terry's driveway, and now we're gonna try to record it again. So this is media bass. This is, so what's the date? March 7th, 8th, 9? Something like that.
Yeah.
It's early March 2023. We're right in front of a full moon. We're at Richmond Chambers, which we're at Terry's house here. If you don't know Chambers, it's about 45,000 acres. It's southeast of Dallas. Really, really heavily timbered lake. And truthfully, we came over here. Terry gets to spend a lot of time on the lake, so I got to absolutely Frito it off of him. I got it here a long time ago, but it's so different a lake now, it even scares me to run around on it.
Yeah.
So we started the day on a main lake point where Terry's caught some fish over the years. We tried to fish it last time we were here and there was somebody on it. And did you get the first bite on that spot or did I?
I really can't remember, honestly.
I think. So here's the first couple of bites on the spot. Richmond Chambers, media bass, here we go. Didn't look like the right turn. You got a hybrid with your
There on it,
I bet that's not really good for a couple seconds. Show him the camera, folks. Size of that big rascal. Aren't those things not supposed to be able to reproduce? GoPros. No, you know, I said I just got a bite right before you set the hook. I'm sure that's what it was. That's right. I hope it's
big enough.
okay. So I think Terry caught the first one. It was a big hybrid, and I told you I just had one bite it, and then I threw back in there and caught the second one. That may not be right, but that first fish was a solid, probably 2.5 pound fish. And from there we went. Terry had found some fish in a pocket that had 67-degree water a couple days ago. And so we went in there, and it just didn't happen. Did we get bit at all in there?
No, I don't think we did.
Yeah. So we spent a little time shallow. He had a couple of docks. He had one dock that had a whole bunch of hybrids under it, but we laughed today about whether hybrids and blackbacks mix, and we're going to prove to you in a minute that they do. But there were a bunch of hybrids under it, but you had also caught a largemouth, 4-pound largemouth on the next dock in, right?
Yeah.
So we made a pass through there, didn't get anything, came back down. I actually, just because we were running by it, we stopped on the bridge, and I caught like a 4-pounder on the riprap on both of those first 2 fish I caught her on a 6 cents divine shaky head worm on a 3/8 ounce sinker, 20-pound cigar fluorocarbon. So although it's a shaky head, it's a big boy shaky head because the lake is full of timber. Fish, Terry. Close.
Right on the corner of the rocks?
Uh-huh. Sure enough.
Hit it hard?
No, just grabbed it and took off. Solid fish. On the 6 cent shaky head. And then from there, where did we go? We tried to A-rig the bridge. We didn't catch anything there. We went, I guess we went to the main lake then, didn't we?
Yeah, we started hitting main lake stuff. And you had 2 fish pull off, right?
Yeah, so Terry had, we went into an area, we've actually both fished this area. I got it here years and years ago. We went through an area, there's a nice tree line with a creek that runs into it. And we pulled in there, and there's a forked tree kind of right over the middle of the little old creek. It's probably not 5 feet deep, 4 feet deep. And I slow rolled an orange jackhammer across there, and this one smoked it. I rolled it over that limb, and she smacked it.
9-pound snapper over here. Good job, Ken.
Y'all probably can't see it, but there's a tree right there in front of us on that little drain. I just rolled a chatterbait over that tree, and she whooped it. Big old tree spawner. Thank you, Lord. So I think I called that fish as a 6-pounder. It wound up weighing 580 something. We stayed in there. I caught a short fish.
I caught a swim jig fish.
You caught a short swim jig fish in the back, and we kind of talked and said it's all over so the water's in that area has been as high as 67 recently. It was in the low 60s today, which is still plenty warm. It's a full moon Tuesday. But we kind of talked and said we need to move back out where I caught that good fish.
Yeah.
And I had 2 more nice fish. I'm gonna say they were same quality as the one I caught or bigger. And you guys know I've struggled with I love throwing a chatterbait on fun days. I hate throwing them on tournament days. I still don't have a chatterbait rod. I lost 2 big ones today. And it's so disappointing because that would have put us well into the 20s right then. I mean, we'd have had something in the low to mid 20s. But both those fish pulled off. I did nothing wrong. One of them bit on a tree and started around another tree, and I just held versus really pulling and pulling because I didn't want to break him off going around that tree, and he pulled off. And the next one I fired up on a tree and stuck that fish, and I mean, just pulled off. So we left there, went down and fished some more main lake stuff.
Yeah, we were thinking because the main lake didn't take the hit that the back of the coves, because some of the back of the coves that I fished were like 67. We go in there today, they're 60, 61, and the main lake had been 60, and now the main lake is like 59, 58.
Still way warm.
Yeah, so it didn't take a hit that the shallow, the back of the coves did. So we kind of kept backing out, and it was a slow bite, but I mean we got.
And we talked. I still think we could have got bit on the main lake, but we had established. We had three. I don't say this very often, guys. You don't hear me say this. We had three what I believe were all 5+ pound bites, doing the same thing in a 100-yard stretch, and we felt like there were more fish coming in there. So we just spent a little time on the main lake, and it's like, let's go back and do that again.
Yeah.
So we did that. We went back over there. We made another pass through them, and as we got there, there was a boat on them. There had been boats circling through there. We had shared that water. Hadn't seen anybody else get bit, but we knew it was getting beat up pretty good. So we made the decision to come back up on what would you describe that spot as?
It's just a rough spot. I kind of stop on it every now and then. It's got rock on the bottom of it.
It's main lake.
Yeah, it's basically just a rough spot.
So, funniest spot of the day. Hawkins pulls up. He's seeing them on the live scope. How many fish did you see when that first bite happened?
Probably 4 or 5 on the bottom, and they were. I caught them like that before. They kind of, I call it crawling on the bottom.
I love that term, crawling on the bottom, and you'll know what he means when you see that.
Yeah, and I run that A-rig. Of course, we can only use 2 hooks on the Gordon rig.
Right.
So running on the
Gordon's
top.
a tournament director who only allows 2 hooks. Thanks, Gordon. That's really weird.
Hey, that's the Arizona law, though.
We're not in Arizona. We're a long way from Arizona.
But if we were.
Yeah.
But anyway, I actually got 2 fish, 1 on each hook, which was pretty cool. So, and one was a hybrid, the other one was a black.
So if you're going to see the footage. Actually, here's the footage. All right, you guys know this is a family-friendly YouTube channel, and I had to sort of delete the audio here because there's some fruity language, because he's got a good one on, then he realizes it's 2, and I get the net, and you see me go up there, and we're like, wait a minute, it's 2 great big hybrids. I've already laid the net down, started fishing again, and he's like, wait, one of them's not a hybrid. And you can see there, it's a solid 2.5, 3 pound largemouth and a big hybrid. So that's our 4th fish. I don't have footage of the 5th fish, but that was our 4th fish, and our 5th fish is off this same spot, also on an A-rig, and that made our 5 for the day. So 9 or 10 bites, 7 keeper bites for sure, and we weighed our 5 for 1830 something, I believe. So you see, I run up there with the net, and he's like, and I looked over and I saw a big hybrid, which I did, and he goes, it's hybrids. And we just like, okay. And then he's like, I'll be curious to watch the footage after. It's like, well, wait a minute, no, one of them's a black. So we went up, we netted that one. That was our 4th fish, and then it wasn't 5 minutes, and you caught our 5th fish in the same spot. Yeah,
you could see fish were still down there. I didn't pull everything off the spot when I caught those 2, and then caught the other one.
And this is a spot. It would almost be impossible to fish an A-rig over this spot if you don't have a scope, because there's so much stuff down there. He's basically watching his bait fall and just fishing it right across the top of all that crap down there, because it will absolutely get hung up. And you got hung up anyway, even seeing it.
Yeah.
But that was our 4th fish. We weighed 18 change. We finished 5th. And it's really, really frustrating because we got the bites to win this handily. Now, we really thought it would take 30 pounds to win.
Yeah.
That's the norm here this time of year. But it just barely took over 20 pounds. And I think there were 3 or 4 stringers over 20 pounds, but I don't think anybody broke 21, maybe a little bit over 21, but both those other fish, even being 4-pounders, we're way into the 20s and we win. But you know, this is a lake where you don't get enough bites to lose fish. You got to put everything that bites in the boat. And I did not bring a glass rod. I still don't have confidence. I got to throw a chatterbait more on a glass or a composite or a combination rod. And I was trying to throw it on that Bass Rod 3 because that's what the little bit of confidence I got. And I don't know that you could have caught them on anything, but we lost 2 good ones today, and we basically recovered our entry fee. So we went fun fishing. But it's better than throwing money away.
Well, yeah. But,
and we've got triple T's here in about a month and a half. So we got to spend a little bit of time on the water, and there'll be some money to be won. And there's another one of these coming up, right?
yeah, there's another team tournament, and I think there's 2 individuals also coming up.
So we'll be back down as a team. Terry will probably fish the individual. And I mean, I had a good time, but you know, it's just not a lot of bites. I mean, we caught 5. I believe we had 7 keeper bites. We caught 5. We had 2 short fish.
I mean, you're used to going to Rayburn and catching 20 fish and stuff, and it ain't like that here.
It's just not. No.
But
we need to hydro back in Richmond Chambers because it was good for a while.
Yeah, and the hybrids are, you know, they're just. I used to think if you caught any hybrids, you might as well just get off the spot because of the blacks are gone, you know, and that's kind of the way it used to be. But now they have to. Yeah,
they got to compete.
They have to intermingle because
it's either live on the bank or fight for. And I mean, you were catching hybrids up under a dock, right?
Yeah.
In 3 or 4 feet of water.
Yeah.
So you got to compete as a bass here. So, oh well, we had a good time, and we caught a bunch of fish, caught a bunch of hybrids. We showed y'all some hybrid footage there too, and
plus we got to listen to Gordon.
And we got to listen to Harry Potter. Matter of fact, here's Harry Potter. By the way, I hope I have footage of this. I really, truly do. If I can find this, I'm getting Moon Pie motor cover. It's the best motor. If not, I'll get a video of it in the future. But I think I have footage of the motor cover, and you guys can read it for yourself right there. I think I have footage of it, but that's perfect for Moon Pie, and I'll just sneak it on his boat at the house, and he'll never know it. He'll just roll out in it. So, anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll be back next week with. We got more stuff. We got a bunch more stuff to do, and I'm going to try to sneak out. So we're going to Florida for spring break week after next, but with this weather, I'm going to try to sneak out and do a little nest fishing next week if I can get away from work for a day or 2. So don't know where, but I'm going to go somewhere and try to have a little nest fishing fun. So I'll take y'all along. Thanks for watching, guys.